up, ladies?
Hi.
What's up?
What's up, Roxy? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Girl, making it. Nikki, what's good?
I'm chilling.
Okay, and we got a special guest with us, ladies.
Yes.
Yes. So we have one of our Instagram followers that hit us up, and she was letting us know how she's, been listening to the podcast, and she offered to get on and share her story with us and be a topic. She trusted us.
Right.
To make her a topic.
To make her a topic.
A whole topic.
And her name is Chrys. How you doing,
Hey
Chrys?
y'all.
Hi.
What's going on? What is the deal? What is the tea, the guy? What's going on?
You are the tea, honey.
Okay.
Today you will be. So before we dive into Chris's business, we're going to get the recipe.
Ooh, yeah.
And it's good.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so before, I never really liked sangrias because they always seem to be sweet anytime you order them out at a restaurant.
Right.
But I was like, I gotta figure this thing out. So I made us a sangria today using 2 bottles of red wine. It was a sangria wine. 1 cup, Let me tell y'all what. Hennessy.
That's why you were saying the drink is good.
Yes. 1 cup of triple sec and 2 cups. Oh, you know what? Yeah.
What she forget?
Wait.
This is why the drink is a little bit strong.
She forgot some water or something probably. What she do?
Okay, so I didn't mess up my own.
You messed up your own.
She done messed up her own recipe.
Okay, so only 1 cup of that, and that was it. We didn't put no more juice in it. That's why we are
so basically
leaning.
wine and hen.
Y'all, let me tell you.
Wine and hen with
And
a little
triple sec.
and triple sec and 1/2 cup of lemon juice. That's it in this whole thing.
Yeah.
And so we leaning already. I was wondering why I was getting a little
She said
warm.
we leave it.
And now I see, because
I'm trying to
it was
tell
supposed to be
you.
a little bit of orange juice, and I actually got it.
Right, the orange juice, she put it in the fridge.
And I forgot to put it in this drink.
Well, it's good as is. So it was
Look,
meant to be like
Look,
this.
we don't need it.
We don't need
We
it.
don't need it.
Now, if we get a little slurred.
Eyelashes, so it must be a damn good drink.
It
I don't see
is.
no retinas, no, I don't see her cornea, I don't see her retina. I just see eyebrows and eyelashes. So it got to be. It has to be.
So,
It is good.
So we have Chrys on Zoom, so we can see each other. So if y'all hear us saying some things on this episode that y'all just don't know what we're talking about, just trust our words. So Chrys, tell us a little bit about you, and then give us a little background of the story that you sent to us, and then we'll get deeper into conversation from there.
Okay, good. So, my name is Chrys. Again, I'm 33. I hail from Fort Worth, Texas. I've been in Oklahoma City for about almost 3 years now. I am in school to be a dental hygienist.
Okay.
I currently work for the Marriott Corporation right now while I'm in school. Again, 33 and old, no cheering, no knock to nobody with no cheering. The Lord saw fit. The Lord saw fit, and I thank him daily. But outside of that, I'm just a neutral person. I'm a Gemini, so I know that's off-putting to most because I'm a
Ooh,
Gemini.
girl.
I
Look.
know I'm very peculiar
Look, we
in
don't
these
talk about them too
streets.
much.
So I know that I could be a peculiar sort to most. But outside of that, I'm really just a chill person. I got a small family. Me, my little family, my girl, and me. As far as to you guys. I was hetero for 31 years of my life, going on 32 years of my life.
31
I was
years,
married
you
to a
said?
man. Yep. So I went 31 years, and I was married to a man for 3 years. We were together 6. He had a journeyman's plumber's license, made really good money, in the state of Texas, and he started using meth. Everybody always asked me, was he? He was black. He was a black man. Okay, and it happened, and I'm sure if y'all haven't personally experienced, y'all have friends, family, or the like that has experienced that person that you feel was your helpmate. And so you feel like in that period of time when you are that person's helpmate or you're striving to be that person's helpmate, is there nothing that they could do wrong?
Yeah.
So you stick it out. What they say now, he mine, I'm stick aside.
Yeah.
That's really,
That's
if
mine.
that was a person, that was me. And so it got to a point where where everybody reached that fork in the road, where you got to hold a foe. It's really almost a fight or flight sort of thing in some situations. And for me, it was that. And it took him almost murdering me, Christmas of 2017, for me to get it. Outside of that, after I separated from him, because he had to go to jail immediately. After that, this was really a friendship. He was a friend of mine in college. We met at Prairie View in 2006.
Okay, HBCU.
We had been friends throughout. She was a professional basketball player. She traveled overseas, and during this time, while I was this was really in the last 2 years of my ex-husband and I's relationship, where I learned about the drug use. And at the start, I did what I most felt was humanly possible to do to get him the help that he sought, or I felt like he sought and or needed. But I had never been in a situation with a person up close that was a user. So I really didn't know the schematics of that. All I was doing was just really going through the motions day to day with him. On the other side of that, it was her. My confidant, and she was way overseas. But still was my confidant, was the person that I felt like I could confide in like 100% with everything that I had going on, and I did not feel judged. It was a neutral zone. There was no ulterior motives, none of that. 2 years later, 2019, we started dating, and we've been dating ever since. And it's been an experience from that whole transition, because I had so many of my closest friends. I knew it. It was going to happen. I knew it. I felt it. I seen it, but I never really, it was never like I liked women. I had the hugest crush on her in college. She never knew that. I was begging. It was on two totally different ends of the spectrum. So it was, if I ever find my college roommate, if she finds out we're together, she's going to flip her shit, because she practically begged me in college to say something to this girl. But at this time, I'm impressionable. I'm just fresh out the house. I'm the oldest of 4. My mama sheltered the fuck out of us. She already thought I was going to go down there and be rowdy, which I didn't, because I didn't know nobody. If anything, I was reclusive. And, I just secretly crushed on her. We ran in the same circles. We knew a lot of the same people. We talked. And then our friendship blossomed. And then here we go. Fast forward, 15 years later. And here we are.
Okay. Well,
that was a story.
I still only eyelashes and eyebrows.
That's a story.
Well, baby girl, you have been through some things. You have experienced some stuff, and you're still very young. You're still very young. You answered one of my questions, well, a couple of my questions that I had for you, because I was going to ask you how long were you married, and
Okay.
so based on what you're saying, because for everyone listening to the episode, so the topic that we're centering around is coming out in adulthood. So based on what you said, you never dated any other women, or you weren't with any other women aside from your girlfriend now?
Not platonically, sexually, monogamously, or the like. No.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
what was my question to you? Like, do you feel as though the relationship, because it was abusive and how it ended with your ex-husband, do you think if it had not been that way, like, would you still have transitioned to dating a woman?
I do, because before I found out about the actual drug use,
Mm-hmm.
he had been using about a year and a half of our marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I had only found out in the final 5, maybe 6 months of us being married that he was actually using. He got sloppy. He held it so well because I'm assuming because of the job or the type of job that he held, and he had to be in the palms color people's face every day. He kept it up and he kept it together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he got really sloppy. I guess he started using more. I'm assuming that's what it was. But before that, the disconnect, you could cut it with a knife.
Yeah.
But again, there I was standing in the middle of that, being the helpmate. We married.
You were trying to
And
be
so-
a good wife.
Right. And I felt he was from California. I felt like I exhausted every resource that I possibly could. And that goes back to people knowing their personnel and learning their backgrounds, their family backgrounds and stuff, so they get with a person.
That's important.
And not just seeking, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that I did not do in that. You know, I mean, especially when, you know, it's love lust, that's not right off what most people do. What is his family background? Does he have mental issues? Does anybody have PTSD? Who this? Do they have any drug? You're not thinking about that right off because you're trying to get to know the person, you're loving on the person.
Right.
It's really physical. It's really physical in most regards in the beginning. So I wasn't there with that. But the disconnect was so strong because we were not compatible. But again, I stuck it out because we are married, A, and B, I taught to be the helpmate. The drugs I feel the drugs expedited, if anything, what would have been to come.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Like, let's go back to when you was in college and you said your current girlfriend, who you are with now, you said you had the biggest crush on her back then. So, like, what made you, like, not pursue it at all? Because you said your college roommate was like, yo, please just say something to her. Was it because you were sheltered? You said you was sheltered as a child. So, was that part of it?
Very much
or was
so.
it, like,
Very
the
much so.
stigma of, like, just being gay, period?
Very much both. Probably more the stigma of being gay over the shelter. Yes.
Yeah, I struggled with that. Y'all know I did.
Yeah, like Roxy
Yes,
used to be
baby,
like,
I was real extra with mine.
Roxy used to take her cousin on dates with her.
Yes, because I was scared that people would see me out with a girl with a fade. Like, you know, people not gonna be around here thinking I'm gay. I really struggled with that.
My God.
I think we all did when we all spoke about our conversations. In some way you do, because, and especially in the Black community, being gay and lesbian is like the biggest sin without being one of the, you know,
like,
You are the scarlet letter.
yes.
So a lot of times you're just afraid of how those closest to you are
going to
see
react.
you,
Yeah.
and what are they going to disown? Because you hear so many stories about people being disowned,
Right.
losing friends, losing families. So I mean, I think we all get that part.
Yeah.
That's
And
very
to
much
be
understandable.
transparent with y'all, 33 years of living, loving, being her oldest, I feel a disconnect with my mother now. She'll never speak it aloud.
Yeah.
She probably never verbalized it to me and would probably take it to her grave because when I left, because I was living with my mother before I moved to Oklahoma City. And her words to me on that, and trust me, she does not like my girlfriend. She, they met almost within like 4 months of us dating.
Mm-hmm.
Like she had seen her on FaceTime because that's all we was doing was FaceTime before I moved there. So she knew who she was, and I'm pretty sure my mama put 9 and 1 together and got 10. She ain't killing them. And her only thing she said to me before I left was, I love who love on you. And if you feel you are loved, I can't do nothing but be grateful for that. Because ironically, her boyfriend was a meth user along with my husband at the time I was with him. So if anything, all she could do was feel me. They used to run what they call them, the little slot machine rooms. What is it? Game rooms. There you go.
Yeah.
They used to run the little game rooms and run in there together. And we'd be looking for them together.
Oh, wow.
My husband and her boyfriend. So, if anything, deep down, she know I'm liberated. But I feel like she'll never verbalize it. But because it's a woman that's giving me the love that I didn't even know I was supposed to seek out, that's uncharted waters for her.
Yeah.
So deep down, she may be very uneasy. But she loves me so much, and her love as me as her daughter trumps that so much, she'll never let it touch her.
You know what I say to you is just give her time, and you never know how long that'll be, because your story, well, what you're saying about your mom sounds very similar to like how it was with my mom. For a while, I know she never, like you said, she accepted me. She accepted who I brought around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I say accepted, she was kind. She wasn't rude, or anything. Welcome. She was very welcoming. But I knew she wasn't completely comfortable with the idea, but she did, just like you, she said to me, you're my daughter. I'm going to love you always. She's not going to let nobody say anything else about me. But I know it took her a while. It was just little things. You know your mom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's certain things that she does that you will know, that lets you know that she's not fully accepting just yet. And it took some years. It took some years for me to realize that she actually came around and was fully accepting.
Right.
So the fact that you said she said all of that to you and she's still being there, I think she just needs time. And sometimes, us being in this lifestyle, we got to understand, because we see it all the time. Like, people are just like, okay, I'm gay, just accept it. But you got to understand, everybody's just not going to be quick to be like, yeah.
Okay,
right, but
how do your siblings feel?
Our lives, it still affects the people
exactly
that we consider closest around us.
Yeah, it does. And I honestly, I feel like it's actually really good that you guys were able to hear that from your parents, because my parents don't say a goddamn thing. Like, in regards to, I still accept you or anything,
Right.
I mean, they still call and get on my nerves. I guess that is them doing it, but I haven't heard those words. It would be nice for me to hear that.
Right.
Me and my mama don't talk about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she know, like, when I date people, like, this is my girlfriend or whatever. But we don't talk about it. Like, our conversation is very surface level.
Right.
We don't get into anything. And then even with my dad, he's just like, I don't agree with it, but you my child, I'm loving you anyway. So to me, that's like the generic answer for everything. So it's like, it is what it is.
Over answer.
Right.
Yeah.
My sister, she just don't care. She just be like, whatever.
I don't know. I just feel like sometimes I was ready for that acceptance from my mom, because I just got to think, and really I just wanted to know who accepted and who didn't. So when I get ready,
Go ahead.
So when I get ready to bring a person around, or let's say I'm finally like, I'm coming to you all and I'm like, this is the person I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life. This is the love of my life. Like, understand, this is the person that there's a possibility we might get married. Mm-hmm. So when I'm making my wedding invitations, am I gonna be able to invite you or not?
Look,
you know what I'm saying?
Can I put you down on the list or not?
Right.
Definitely.
So that's why I don't know. That does matter to me for them to come around.
I needed to know that because I was cutting motherfuckers off.
Like had a checklist.
I was like, no, you don't accept us, well, we won't come.
I was like that at a point. I was like that at a point with my family.
That's a chicken plate I ain't gotta worry about.
Right.
I don't know. Like with me in the beginning, it was more so like I just want to bring my person. Like it just, I was one of those like I just want to bring my person. I didn't show up by myself.
Well,
but then when I got older and I'm like, bruh, it's not even about them. It's about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So either I'm gonna bring my person or I just want to show up.
Yeah, that part. So my thing was at the very beginning, y'all know I was like hiding, ducking behind trees and things with her. Like, no, I'm not gonna be seen.
This nigga was in her seat all the way back,
but
so you could see her.
But let me tell y'all, when that switch flipped, it flipped. You hear me?
Oh yes, ma'am.
If I'm going, you going. We are going together. If they have an issue with that, we are not going. Okay? I was not leaving her at home for nobody's comfort. Okay? And it switched just like that. I don't even know what really happened.
You just get to a point where you have to live this. I know for me, and maybe y'all can relate. You just have to live your truth. I was like, what I'm not gonna do is alter who I am for the likes of you all, whether you're my family or not. It was like, I don't care who you are. If such and such can sit up here with this dude who whooping her ass, if this person can sit up here who we know cheating on her, and we can sit here with this cousin who married and we know that they dating this married, you know what I'm saying? And y'all can accept all these people, but you got a problem with the person I'm dating who at the time was being faithful. You know, who at the time being faithful, they, you know, taking care of me and I'm legit happy, and y'all can't accept it because she's a woman. Like you said, Roxy, baby, I don't have to go.
We good.
We good. I think with me, I don't think it was that, you know, it switched for me. To me, it just one of those things where it was like when I got comfortable with my person to know that, you know, yes, they are against us, but I know you hear from me. And when I felt like they was there, then I was like, all right, cool, we gonna ride together. And that was me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's good. That's good. So, coming into this new found life for you. Okay, the first question. How was the transition? Like, was it hard for you? Like, did y'all take just be friends for a minute? Or did you leave a marriage and go straight into a relationship, and not only a relationship, but a relationship with a woman?
Right. Can we talk about like getting to the first kiss? Like, was you nervous? Like, let's get into all of that.
She had to scoot up, y'all. I can't see.
Like, cause you know when you enter in the lifestyle, it's new.
My favorite story to tell.
Big.
So to answer that two questions in one, I separated and filed 2017. As soon as that popped off, I had 2 years in that time.
2017, so, you filed and got a divorce?
Yes, to 2019.
Okay.
That was a whole 2 year span.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to have my hot girl summer 2018. I was able to, you know what I'm saying? I was able to go and, you know, whatever it is I needed to do to make myself feel, I did all that.
Right.
And even much being, it's like, I mean, I'm sure y'all know, I'm sure y'all know it ain't as much as being promiscuous or nothing like that. I just had to get me. Y'all, I was a whole stripper for 3 years before I even met my ex-husband, so.
Oh, and the story just gets
better and better.
And I drink to that.
So at this point, I'm just trying to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
I could have had a toe tag. So at this point, I'm just whatever. But in that time, this one was still even clocking when I be going and kicking it and just, because at this time I was a substitute teacher for a school district in my city.
Mm-hmm.
And I would make cakes on the side at Baskin Robbins. I was like the little ice cream cake maker there. So I had 2 jobs, but both of them were so flexible, I could leave and be gone a week if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And she clocking me way from a zillion miles away on social media. Where you going? Who going with you? Are you going to be safe? Do you know people there? Do you got money? Okay, you done been drinking. I mean, literally clocking coming on my teeth and telling me to. And so I guess knowing that's who it was, this is the person I had a crush on, and the fact that she was even fucking feeling me like that. Like, it was so far-fetched for me in college. You couldn't tell me 15 years later I was dating a woman, let alone her, of all people.
Right.
You couldn't pay me an amount of money to believe that. But I had that 2 years to do. She allotted me that. But because she has a year on me. She's 34, I'm 33.
Okay.
But I'm assuming the traveling that she's done, coupled with her own personal growth and from situations and things, and she's been a lesbian all her life, she was able to be, for me, transitioning into that, more of a nurturer, if you will. I don't know if that's the term I'm trying to use, but it wasn't, she ain't never been with no other girl, no female before. I'm gonna be like this. I never caught that vibe from her once we got back on, this, okay, we gonna be trying to talk sort of thing. Fast forward, first kid, she hoodwinked me into telling me that I was coming down for a basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
A week out, I don't know if the basketball game got canceled. I don't know what happened. But I was still coming down there. I had never flown before this point.
Oh.
Whatever I did, I drove to it, got on the train, bus, what have you. Never flown before. Flew to her from Dallas to Houston. I had like a layover, and then I went to Oklahoma City. With all of the FaceTiming, because it was so many failed attempts of us seeing each other before this time. But in this time, we had grown so close, it was just a matter of us linking. At this point, to see, okay, so we took a weekend basically to see, okay, is this what we really finna do? Is this what we really want? We've been talking this good game with this long distance. Now we in person, we ain't seen, and it's because it seems like it's so far-fetched because we haven't physically seen each other in person in, at this point, 12 years or 13 years.
Wow.
That's
So I touched down, I'm drunk as a skunk. I ain't never
You
flown
got lit
before.
to go?
Because she had never flown.
Linda.
You were nervous getting on that plane.
Child, I'm trying to tell you. At Love Field, this lady was flying to LA and she got me 2 tequila shots. I had 2 glasses of Riesling at the wine bar. Then I got on the plane, had a layover at Houston Hobby, because I flew Southwest. Had a layover at Houston Hobby. Went to the Papacitos in the little kiosk in Houston Hobby, had a whole Presidente margarita. And this little Bill Gates looking nigga said, "Oh, this your first flight?" It's almost like they can smell it's your first flight. And little Bill Gates ass nigga, we talking stock shit.
Bill Gates.
He gives me another shot of tequila on top of the margarita I had just finished.
Wow.
So by the time I make it to her, I'm zooted.
It was destined for you to be. That's what it sounded like.
I get off the plane. Baggage claim didn't have our stuff.
I'm about to say,
it's
this,
me
get
and,
your
like, 10
luggage
other people
together
mad.
because you lit.
Yeah, it's me and 10 other people mad because they don't have our bags ready
Oh
yet.
my God.
Whole time, my phone is on like 4%. Whole time, she looking at me fixing my titties and shit because I know she coming from somewhere. Don't know what direction she coming from, but I know she coming. When she walked up on me, y'all, she hugged. It it was seamless. Like you said, it was so cohesive. Like you said, like it was supposed to happen. It was nothing awkward about me running. It was almost like I had been on a business trip and I was just coming home or something.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. But I was so drunk, y'all, and dropped my phone on the face and broke it. She said, "Oh no, we finna go fix your phone because your mom and them ain't gonna think our kids is down here." So we got my phone fixed with the quickness. But the first kiss was so fluid. The first hug, the first kiss. I wish I could show y'all the message thread. Like it was like we knew what we wanted and we followed through with it and we acted on it.
It's like a love story.
I was gonna say,
a love story, like
love
look at this fool.
I got love Jones. Yeah, baby. So that was a true love story.
I don't know. I feel like it's always something about like the first kiss when you first meet somebody, like that you've been talking to, and it's like that first kiss be like, okay, that'll let you know if it's gonna be something.
Right.
That's true.
That'll let you know if it's gonna be
Anticipation
something.
for me.
What you say?
I said it's the anticipation for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, them butterflies and everything that you feel. So y'all are still together now, right?
We are. I think she on the patio FaceTiming her best friend or something. She here somewhere floating around.
So it sounded like it was meant to be. Everything happens for a reason.
That way now. Do we have our A-Bangs? We are two women in a house kept together. Yeah.
We know.
She's an Aries and I'm a Gemini.
Oh.
Two signs that I look at crazy.
Right?
Whoa.
How that work?
Yeah, do it happen. Yes.
I can imagine them arguments.
Like you say. Because like, I just feel like for me, like, you know, for us to be like both alpha females, or so I feel, like we're both passionate. So to the outside, it looks like these motherfuckers. But we feel each other. So when we not vibing, we not vibing.
Yeah.
But it's about the communication. It's about even when it's ugliest, it's the communication that really do make the shit stretch and be understood. But it is a matter of how, and I feel like that's something I'm still struggling with, because I don't blame my father, but I never, outside of my little brother, had a real male figure to where I could be like, okay, this is what I know I don't want. So before I married my ex-husband, the 3 men that I was exclusively with before that totally in stages showed me what I did not want. But it took the learning and it took me going down through there to see that.
Yeah.
So
I feel like with her, I'm understood more even when we at our most heightened, because she's a woman too.
Yeah.
So if anything, she gonna feel me first. She gonna be mad.
Yeah.
But she's gonna reason. Where a man, he not gonna want to do that. Not right off.
Right. Quick question. Just a quick, this don't even got nothing to do with nothing. Question. What do you both identify as? Femmes? Studs?
Stud, her, me, femme.
Okay.
If there was titles, we don't label each other, but hypothetically, that's what it would be. She's the stud and I'm the stud.
Oh.
So what are some? So this is your first relationship with a woman, and it's serious. Like y'all are still together. So what are some things that you had to get adjusted to? Because since you've never dated women, what are some differences, or things that stood out for you?
I really credit her for showing me civility. At one point in my life, I was a woe is me person, and it was the situations that sometimes I was putting myself through, and sometimes I was subjected to. Being with her showed me that we women ain't no excuse. Period.
You said what?
We're not a what?
I was saying being with her has shown me that we both women, period. So it ain't no excuses for whatever it is.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Like with in a relationship with a man, it's like, oh well, he's a man, he's gonna see it like that. I'm a woman, I see it like this.
Right. Along with that, just situations, just because of course, yeah, we together, but there is a bridge of individuality that we both need to keep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Very
So,
important.
and what I'm saying, and I'm still learning because, you know, we ain't been together no 4-5 year mark yet. Because being a friends is different. Being cohabitating, you know, being in something with somebody, that's different. I don't care how much friends you are.
Right.
So that's seeing something else different. And I feel like I'm still learning where she's already what I feel like is there with it. I feel like I'm still showing myself, okay, I can pipe down. It's not as like if I was with a man, I don't have to do this with her. You don't have to be that crucial. I don't have to go that hard. I don't have, because she's shown me that she's going to understand me.
It sounds like she got a lot of patience.
With me, yeah, very much so, because I'm the person without patience. She really the nice one. I'm not.
See, it's
that Gemini.
I'm picking up the vibes here. And I'm just like, it sounds
It's
like
that
she's
two
very
sides.
patient
That two
with
sides
you.
of that Gemini.
Yeah, it sounds like she's very
really
patient
the nice
with you.
one. I am not.
Mm-hmm.
But I just, like I said, she's showing me how to be level. Like you can be level and you can still strive for what you're striving for. And you can still not give a fuck about the people not giving a fuck about you. And you can still love me. And you can still get your bag. And you can still go back to school. And you can still try to figure it out with your mama. I'm giving you wide berth to do all these things while I'm living. That's what I get being with her.
So
I like her. I ain't never met her.
Right. She sounds
I like her,
great,
I ain't
by
never
the
met
way. So would you say that, do you feel like you're more appreciative that you did come out in your 30s? Like you started dating a woman in your 30s as opposed, because I know you hear the stories like dating women is some work, and I know we can give you some stories from our 20s.
Struggle, baby.
Struggle bus.
But
I was told don't go to the dark side, so to speak, so many times.
let me tell you,
I was stopped.
I tell people, look, if this ain't what you want, don't come over here for play, cause
Don't come on here.
don't come over here for no play.
Right, yeah. You have someone that's like trying to slash your tires, like, oh, it can get bad.
It gets bad.
It can get bad.
But do you feel like as though that coming out in your 30s, it worked for you because, you know, it's more, y'all are at different levels. Y'all are at more mature levels, emotionally, mentally, everything, you know.
And you can appreciate it more.
Absolutely. And we talk about it all the time. There's no way I would have dated her in college. No way. She was a star basketball player on our basketball team. She took us to the sweat tournament twice.
Oh.
No.
She probably still had some hoe in her.
Cynthia Cooper was her coach.
What?
So she was known.
What'd you say about her coach?
Cynthia Cooper was her coach in college.
I love Cynthia Cooper.
Oh, okay. And I know who she is. I ain't like all the way familiar.
Yo, I
know
love
her.
Cynthia Cooper, man. Like she the shit.
So, and they like this. So it was like, she
wish
showed
I had
her
no
her
tennis
potential, and she wasn't cocky with it. I'm not trying to make her sound bad or nothing like that, because it wasn't like that. She wasn't cocky or nothing. Like, she was the most humble person.
She over here still talking about Cynthia Cooper, child.
I said, man, I need a signed jersey.
She a fan.
Like, no, I'm like a fan. Like,
For me.
She trying to.
Look, 4 championships for the Houston Comets. Like, she is the shit. Like, she the shit. I actually follow women's basketball, so that's why. I'm sorry.
Right,
You ain't got to sell me on the shit.
Whatever you say, I take your word, boo.
Y'all know I don't know. Shit.
So, baby.
Okay.
cocky or anything of that sort. And I think that's what made women and dudes alike gravitate to her. And I know that's why I was crushing on her, because everybody wanted her to be or thought she was this cocky girl, and she really was not. She was probably the most reclusive, introverted person probably in the squad. She turned up or whatever, but she was the polar opposite of what everybody probably thought she was. And I feel like that was the reason that's what gravitated me towards her, to crush on her like I did when I did it. And it's almost like it's like age one. It's times infinity now, because she's older.
So she's the only.
I call her Papa all the time because she acts so old, y'all. Like, with everything that I told y'all, she act like a little old lady. She really does.
She got a routine and shit, huh?
Okay. Are you in my house? Are you this robe in my closet right here in my house? She do have a routine no matter what. I don't give a fuck. She gonna make the bed. I'm not. Don't let me be rushing.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm
That's
making
the
it
thing.
I
bed.
feel you.
She would just, but I am
Do we
make
get
that
in here
bed.
and
I don't
put
care
our
if we
Anita
late.
Baker on? Do we get in here and do we put our Anita Baker on and whatnot and get this motherfucking gear? Yeah. And even more so that I've been with her, because it make me get in gear. I'm like, if I'm sitting around, I feel like, oh shit, I need to start doing something, because she moving around this motherfucker. I need to get up and do something too. But, you know, like, but yeah, she's like she's very meticulous.
Okay. So y'all matched. I'll say I'm just glad that you're happy, that you found happiness in your person, especially after going through something as, like an abusive relationship, something, kind of traumatizing, so to find your person after all of that, and to truly be happy, and you sound, very happy in your relationship. And it sounds like y'all match. Like, you all work. So that's good. And I'm happy for you.
I appreciate y'all.
Before we, wrap it up, I did want to ask you.
I just pray that everybody get to find that or seek or have that even for a little bit before they get up out of here.
I agree. I feel like everybody should experience like that level of love.
Even if it's a slither.
Right.
Everybody should
I feel like I
have it and hold on to it. Cause
a slither. I
had a taste of it. And that's why I'm still pushing. That's why you gave up.
That's why I'm like, I gotta have my butterflies.
Yeah.
That's exactly why, because I've had a taste of it and I can't settle for nothing less.
Even if you try to settle for something less, it doesn't work.
It don't feel right.
Your heart don't even let it happen, because you still have that longing. Because, like you say, once you get a taste of it,
it seems like everything else, you just going through the motions.
That's why I'm always talking about, I need that connection.
Look, if the vibe ain't there, I don't want it.
Like, what was wrong with that? Nothing. We just didn't connect.
I don't want that kind. Throw it back.
Throw it back. Look, they ain't made for me. That's somebody. Look, that's somebody else's wife, but that ain't mine.
They're like, you only went on one date. I know, but I know.
Throw her bite. Throw her bite. No. Throw her bite.
All right, so let me ask you, just going back a little bit. Let's go back to when you got there. Like, so did she take you on a date? Like, how was the weekend? Like, give me details.
So, I got there, I wouldn't say late, but it was, I guess, late enough. Because I had already been flying since, like, 3. So, to have the layover, because layover in Houston was like an hour. So by the time I did finally make it, it was like 6, but I was still in the layover. Like, it was longer than the hour or whatever. So by the time I really made it there, it was like 10 o'clock. And like I said, I was already drunk. And it was like she said that I was drunk. And I done already put my phone up upon arrival. So
you had a lot going on.
Huh?
I said you had a lot going on.
I had a lot going on. All I really remember was us stopping at Burger King because I told her I was hungry. And she swears and be damned, I took her hand and put it in the crease of our TV and just held it there.
Oh, you
But it has to
bold.
be some truth to it, because to this day, if we laying around watching TV or something, she gonna put her hand right here. So even though it's a blur for me, it gotta be some truth to it, because she does that just whenever, to this day. When she had the room and shit already, because she wanted me to have this nice little layout or whatever. She didn't really like take me home. Just shit. And I felt that. That wasn't a deal breaker for me, or I didn't feel like, oh, you don't want it. It was nothing like that. We got there, and when I say it got risque quick, like
Look, you knew what you came there for.
Ew.
like, niggas is pretty much an erotica little novel piece or something very quickly. Everything was firing off, the missiles fired quickly. It did not take no time. You know how they say once I looked at his mind, if it was a person. Okay.
That's what's up. Now I see.
But after that, the place is closed down there, and we so pissed because we wanted to go and reenact our first date there. Y'all, we got El Chico. Isn't there like El Chico Mexican restaurants in Texas?
El Chico?
I don't know.
I ain't never been
Yeah.
there.
I've seen that, but I don't know where it is, and I don't think I've ever had it.
Oh, I know I have.
But it was good, and that's where we went on our first date. Like I said, she got my phone fixed. We went to this place, but they shut it down and they turned it into something else. And we couldn't even go reenact our first date a year later because they closed it down. But she took me out to eat after that. It was very simple because it's like, it just really gave us the time to talk about everything that we put in place these months leading up to us actually being in each other's presence. So like when I was telling y'all, although the physical was extremely cohesive, the mental and the verbal matched that. It was like the wavelengths was all the same with that. And it was an agreement, an unspoken agreement almost, to where it's like, okay, you know what the fuck I dealt with, I know what the fuck you dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say, anime? If you die, I kill you.
Whoa.
So, but no bullshit. It was an understanding. There was an understanding. So it's from this point forward. This is what we doing. We've established this day that this is what it is. So if we stray from that, we have to get back to that center. What we established then, no matter how pissed we are at each other, if that's what it is for us to find to get back to the center, so be it. If it's really something you working at, you gonna work at it. You gonna work.
So are y'all just together, or are y'all engaged?
We're not engaged. We're just together at this point.
Oh, okay.
Do
I
you
was checking
aspire?
your hand. So I
Right.
was
Do
just-
you want to get
No,
married?
this is my right hand.
Oh, okay. I ain't paying attention.
Do you aspire to
No,
marriage?
yeah, this my right hand. No, not yet. I probably would have been done passed out and lost some hair because I would have been so shocked. I'm not personally ready. I feel like, all bullshit aside, I got some maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
I have personal maintenance because, to be transparent once again, I imprint some things from my past on her. Sometimes it's enough to where it's stressful for her because she's so patient. And that's why I was telling y'all, I'm still in that stage of, and nor do I take for granted that she's patient or anything like that. She's just willing to help me get through that because she knows. Because we were so transparent with each other in those months that we were talking. It was like, okay, I know what I'm up for and up against. And that's really on both sides, but I'm the weaker. of us in that. So if anything, she like upholds me in that and helps me through it. It's not a bash or, you know what I'm saying? She don't make me feel like shit because I'm learning.
Yeah.
Still, I am with a woman, you know what I'm saying? But she does not give me shit for that. And she's willing, like she'll say, she's like, I like to feel like and think that I show up every day. And she does.
That's good.
Having the motherfucker show up for you every day is something else.
It means
That shit right there.
Well, Chris, I gotta say, I really appreciate you sharing your story,
Yeah.
being
I appreciate y'all for having
transparent, and you know, we really appreciate it, and we appreciate your support, following us, and
Of course.
wanting
Y'all
to
really
even
gave
be
me
a
eye
part.
openers.
Huh?
I said, y'all really gave me eye openers to a lot of stuff just listening to different podcasts. Because I used to listen to y'all at like my old job where I could like consistently listen to stuff. I wouldn't even listen to music. I would listen to y'all's about one other podcast and y'all's podcast. And like, it just really gave me a lot of insight on, you know, how I can be or how I can help my relationship because it's new for me. So I appreciate y'all.
That's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what we like to do.
Look
That's what we
at
live
us.
for.
Look at us.
Because baby, all we can do is just share.
Right.
Sometimes, and as you can see it with being a part of this, we get on here. I mean, we do a setup or whatever, but we turn that recording on, and sometimes we go back and listen, and we like, dang, I didn't even realize that I just spilled all of that information.
Mhm.
Like,
That's true. I listened to one of our podcasts one day,
Experience.
and I literally said, "Bitch, you ain't even following your own advice." Like, I literally said that to myself one day, and was like, "Nigga, what?"
Oh my God. Oh my God.
but it is like that. So, you know, like I say, we appreciate all of our listeners, and this goes out to everyone listening to the episode. Please don't ever be afraid to reach out to us, because you never know, you might end up on the episode.
You might end up on the
and be the
episode.
topic.
Right.
And once again, just thank you so much, Chris, sharing your story. I'm sure someone listening
Thank
will
y'all.
get something from it. Just like you said, you've gotten stuff from it. You never know who you're gonna help out there, you know. So
Indeed. I'm just appreciate y'all for giving me just the opportunity.
and tell your boo we said hey.
Right,
Hey,
look, tell her if y'all decide to get married. Look, we'll post y'all picture up on the page. We'll highlight y'all on the page.
Because, like, fun fact, the weekend after I left, because I flew back home. After that weekend, we figured out, okay, this is what we want. I flew back home. The first text message she sent once I was away was, oh, yeah, this is the engagement phase because I know what I want. I'm married. I still have that text message to this day.
Girl, just stop. I'm telling you right now, I'm about to start crying.
Rex about to start crying.
Oh, y'all know, I told y'all.
We need to wrap this up.
This is sensitive time. Oh, that's so sweet.
So do any of y'all have any other questions for Chris?
She answered all my questions. I'm good.
No, I don't have any more questions.
Girl, you have given us hope. Let me tell you that.
If you didn't give us nothing else,
If you
baby.
didn't give us nothing else, that tea and some hope.
Right, look, it might take,
That
look,
baby
I don't
was
want to
sweet.
take 13 years,
No, I
but,
want to take 30.
you know,
Baby,
but I want it.
Like
I
13
might-
days,
Look,
13 months.
Chris, I might now be open to somebody coming from my past and hearing your story, but I don't know. It depends. It depends.
Right.
Nikki looking like, hell to the no. Nikki
Oh,
face
my
like,
God.
hell
I
no.
might crack the door open. Like peek around.
No. Come on, Bruno.
What you
Leave
doing?
the door
What y'all
open.
doing? Nah.
Leave the door open.
But with that being said, everybody, you can follow us on Instagram at LEZHAVECOCKTAILS. If you have any questions for us, you can email us at letshavecocktails@gmail.com or hit us in the DM on Instagram.
As you can tell, we answer.
Always.
Right.
And also, I want to plug our YouTube channel. You can check out our episodes on YouTube at LHC Podcast.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, we're going to bring it to a wrap. Thank you again, Chrys, Nikki, Roxy, and myself, Anique, and we'll catch y'all on the next episode.
Bye.